our right, we have the rock ledge formation known as sandstone layered.
What are your left? Your right?
That's my left.
Is this live in the Philippines or what?
It can be. On the Upper Dalles boat tour. I think the drinking crowd's upstairs. Let's see. Or the sleeping crowd. Is this the drinking crowd? Yeah, I know you. Yeah. All right, how's that second beer going down?
It's warming up. Not as cold as it was when I opened it.
I see. Well, that's your own fault.
It is.
Yeah.
Take full responsibility. This opens up pretty good.
All right.
At the end of the walk, there is some concessions available if you guys are getting hungry. There are also real restrooms as well, so if you need help finding those, I'll be happy to direct you guys to them. But when we dock, we just ask you guys please remain seated for your safety. One of us will let you know it's safe to stand up and come.
A bear. There could be a bear out here, in case you were wondering. Jason, a bear.
I saw one dead one on the way down.
A dead bear? Hmm. Oh, we got tiki torches, in case it's dark. Oh my goodness. I could cut your head off going through here. Oh, here's that 15 degrees they were talking about.
Yes. It gets even cooler as you continue.
You mean looking, cooler looking, or cooler temperature? Both. I see.
Yeah.
You feel it? You feel the cool temperature?
Beautiful.
We could chill the beer back here. Oh yeah. Goodness.
Yeah, the only man-made cute thing here is these boardwalks and teas.
Whirlpool Chambers. That's Jason Jackman up there. Wave, Jason. Douglas County. God's country. Way up north where no one, well.
Almost as far north as you go. We got the ice caves up there.
The ice caves. Are they there this time of year? They disappear. Ooh, listen to the pool waters. My goodness, look at here. Worried I dropped my camera. My goodness. In the Philippines, we go swimming and shit like this. It's like, all right.
Is it actually into the cenotes where they underground?
Yeah, yeah. They got similar things in the Philippines to that too. Yeah. Oh, there, look at that. And the river wild.
There's somebody's room, Keith.
Really? Probably worked as well as mine did. It's like fucking in a hurry, you know. You go out to your room and it's like it won't open. It's like you're kidding me. Lord. Wow. We're almost to the gift shop. All right. Take your photos.
There's restrooms at the end of this.
Thank goodness.
Sign says restrooms, upper ramp, men's are the last one.
derogatory name given them by a rival tribe. Translated, Winnebago means people of the stinky waters or stinky fish eaters. So of course they didn't call themselves that. They were Ho-Chungra, people of the big voice. Modern history tells us it's named after Louis Duplay, one of the earliest European settlers to the area, who as a 14-year-old had left his native Bordeaux, France for adventure on the high seas. He spent 3 years trading olive oil between Europe and the Americas, finally settling in New Orleans. It was there he observed the beautiful northern white pine floating down the Mississippi from a place called the Wisconsin in the Michigan Territory. Curiosity and a love interest in Milwaukee brought him to the area, where he fell in love with the bluff and the land around it and laid claim to 137 acres. 40 of the acres that he farmed are underwater over there now, but he was a talented individual.
rice
He
farmer.
not only farmed, he trapped and traded furs, and he too was a standing river pilot on the river with Leroy Gates. Believed to be far superior to Gates due to his ocean-going experience, but he was nowhere near the showman that Leroy Gates was. Now, he also served in the Civil War and was overheard to have said upon his return that he never again wanted to be any further from home than as far as he could see his bluff. And Louis is still resting there at the base of the bluff. You can see a kayaker out there pretty much in line with Louis' gravesite. He's buried there with his first wife and 2 of his 14 children. Their grave sites are all maintained by the State Historical Society. Now, for the lumber companies, Louis Bluff marked the staging area for their descent through the Narrows. As Megan mentioned, by the time those rafts of lumber reached the Dells, they were up to 300 feet long and simply wouldn't make it through the Narrows. It was there they broke them down into smaller, more manageable sized pieces called rapids pieces. Each rapids piece was sent down individually. Once through the Narrows, 2 more challenges awaited them before they left the Dells. The next was a small dam downtown in the same location as today's Kilbourne Dam.
It's a nice beach over
It
there.
had a
Look at
long spillway on the west end. They would have to ride those rapids pieces over the spillway and plunge into the Lower Dells Pool, where they were immediately met by a mile-long stretch of whitewater
Oh, we got
rapids.
beer
After
abuse.
they reached every point about a mile downstream, that they reassembled their rafts, and it was clear sailing the rest of the way down the Wisconsin and the Mississippi, selling their lumber off all along the way, with the 2 major markets being Toledo, Illinois, and St. Louis, Missouri, and yes, some of it did make it all the way to New Orleans. I had a gentleman from Portage whose great uncle had went downstream with one of those lumber rafts in the late 1800s, so they were one of the last sets of lumber raftsmen to go down, and they had everything figured out. They made it all the way down to New Orleans with their lumber and then had to walk home. So, but that was a story his great uncle told him, and it was fairly accurate from what historians can tell us.